starts with, of course, interesting and exciting times ahead the next couple of days with this Media and Broadcast Convention.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about the themes, that will be addressed concerning the future of broadcasting in Africa.
Yes, we are going to be bringing together, as you said during your intro, all the leaders of broadcast media in Africa, across the length and breadth of Africa, to this beautiful place called Swakopmund. Now, the idea is, as a media professional yourself, media is very powerful. We effectively control the minds of the people that listen to us. We give them what they ought or not to think about. So when we bring leaders together, we're going to be talking about the future. How do you bring technology in that's already happening in other parts of the world? How do you bring it into your practices? How do you equip your staff to make sure that they are ready for what the future holds? And over the next 2 days, we'll be talking about technology, we'll be talking about content, we'll be talking about distribution and the monetization of content. All in all, we want people to know that leaders in broadcast media are thinking about how they can make the future a viable one for this most important industry that we call broadcast media.
And of course, the convention runs concurrently with the AGM as well, the annual general
Correct.
meeting. How will the AGM facilitate, discussions on the challenges faced by broadcasters?
So the AGM is the annual general meeting of the Southern African Broadcasters Association, which is being currently, the president is the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation's Director General, my good friend Stanley Stimilo. I had to drop in the name there, don't I? But no, seriously, to address your question, at the AGM, it's more intimate.
Yeah.
So whilst we have the conference where we have speakers from all over the world coming to deliver presentations, at the AGM is now, the gloves are off. So the leaders are now in a small room, call it a conclave, where they will now be looking at items by items. What do we need to do to make sure that Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation, Seychelles Broadcasting Corporation, and I dare say Namibia Broadcasting Corporation is able to live in the world that we are going into, which is a converged world that brings in AI, that brings in blockchain, that has a lot of things that are currently not in our mind frame. So they will be looking at that and they will be passing resolutions, things that you must go back at home to do. And that is how they're going to make a difference, Nina.
Yeah, AI, very important that you mentioned. They were actually going to touch on that a bit later on in the program as well. Of course, as you mentioned, there's going to be decision makers from all over Africa in this room tomorrow and the day after. I want to talk about, how participants can leverage networking opportunities.
Oh, well, that's what we do. So my organization, Broadcast Media Africa, we have upward of 40,000 broadcasters in the network, in the Broadcast Media Africa network. Now, essentially, what we create is a platform for which you can network, for which you can talk to your peers. So you sitting in Namibia can have a conversation with the folks that are coming from, say, Kenya, the folks from Nigeria, my home country, the folks from Egypt, Sudan, all of them will be coming here, maybe individually, maybe as a collective, and you have the chance to say, hey, how is it going there in Namibia? How is it going there in Tanzania? Right. What are the issues that you are facing? Can we cross-fertilize ideas and make sure that we learn from each other? So this event is, amongst other things, a networking platform. We come here to talk to each other. That's it.
In conclusion, your final remarks this evening?
It's been good to be here in Swakopmund. It's been good to be here in Namibia, the land of the brave, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
and I genuinely hope that over the next 2 years, I mean, 2 years, 2 days, over the next 2 days, when we all finish, people will look back and say, it's been worthwhile me coming to this convention. Right. If, as the leader of Broadcast Media Africa, I hear people say that, our job is done. Now, what we need to do in the next 2 days is to make sure that people are able to learn, are able to network, are able to meet, and above all, have fun. See what Swakopmund has to offer. That's what we are looking forward to.
Mr. Pius, of course, we will be engaging you again in the next few days. I hope you afford us your time.
I'm here. Nina, if you say come, I'll come.
Thank you so much.
You're
and
welcome.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you
evening.
very much. Yes.
Well, we're going to take a little break. Let's have a look at our local news roundup and, of course, some more conversation lined up for you here on the Daily Roundup with Nina. Stay tuned.